What is going on, YouTubers, aka DC viewers? W Jacks here. Now, this is my third live video that I want to talk to you all about. This is my response to Mr. Weenie Productions. How some of the things he would have fixed during the Power Rangers filming. There are a lot of things that I would have fixed, and there are a lot of things that I would have made right. So this is my response to his video and my take on it. Ever since the hype of the Power Rangers movie came out, well, were coming out like 3 years before the film came out, I honestly do not understand why the hype was so real. Because here's the thing, I defended this movie like crazy, like non-stop. And I'm gonna tell you what made this movie do not so good. I think politics has played a huge role in the film. Why? Because number one, Trini's a lesbian, Billy's autistic, and this whole movie just didn't make sense. I mean, it did, but it didn't do a proper explanation. Look, in my opinion, I still like the movie, but I don't love it. Because looking back at it now, there are a lot of things I could have fixed. Well, they could have done right. They could have fixed. And I'm going to tell you exactly what I think I could have done if I were the director of the Power Rangers. First thing I would have done was have some unmoored fight scenes with the bullies in high school or anywhere. Then the movie would have felt like Power Rangers, of what made the show popular in the first place. And I would have had some good unmoored fight scenes with the hologram with CGI putty patrollers. That is exactly what I should have done. Well, I would have done if I were to direct the film. And made Trini's character a little bit more differently. The way that they played this Trini character, explaining her anxiety and the fact that she's gay and her parents are always too normal, always would have her, you know, act a certain way. I would have had Trini sit down with the parents, tell them for what's going on with her, and maybe they would have understood what she was going through. You know, teenagers go through a lot of hard times growing up, and it's hard for us to express our feelings to our parents. And sometimes parents can be judgmental. They can sometimes be understanding or not understanding, but that's life. But regardless, in the Power Rangers movie, when it comes to Trini's character, I would have definitely pretty much made it more different. Like, instead of, you know, making her a lesbian or a bisexual, I would have had Trini explain about her anxiety and how she almost wanted to commit suicide due to her family moving a lot and nobody wanted to get to know her. So she's my at least problem I would have fixed. And Billy's character, on the other hand, here's the thing. I did not like the way they expressed his autism spectrum into the film. Jason was such a douchebag into this movie. Like, he didn't even want to understand Billy. I mean, when Billy told him that he was autistic, that he was on the spectrum, Jason played it off like it's a joke. And then he gonna leave him all alone. But Billy was fine on his own. He tried to figure out how to blow stuff up. Like, come on. There are better ways to explain autism in the Power Rangers movie when it comes to Billy Cranston's character. If you look at the original series, you can tell he was kind of on the spectrum based on his nerdiness and his cowardliness. Like, he can barely fight off one putty, but in 2 seasons he's gotten better. So I think that's one of the reasons why Billy was everyone's favorite character in the Power Rangers community. Even mine too. Like, if you guys see my Instagram page, you would have seen me doing some you would have seen me making Billy references a lot. Because he's my favorite character. But another thing I would have fixed was Zach's character. I would have made Zach the most douchebag, hard-headed, level-headed of the group, because I would have put him that Zach wanted to be a famous YouTuber doing all these crazy stunts that would have got him into trouble, got him into detention. That is exactly what I would have done. And then I would have had him explain about his mother's cancer diagnosis and why she is sick. I mean, they explained it pretty well into the film, but the way they explained it, it wasn't like they... Here's the thing. Looking back at it now, there are so many things that were cut from the film that you've seen in the trailers. Like the part when Jason and Kimberly were making out, Jason or Zach were training on the train, and Zach trained out his powers when he was jumping from a mile from his yard and fell into the trash cans. That was cut from the film, from the trailers, that could have made it onto the film. And the Megazord formation. If I were the director, I would have pretty much had Zordon tell the Rangers to form the Megazord while they're racing towards Angel Grove City. That would have worked. That would have worked. The same way they did it like the original series, the same way they should have done it in the film. And I would have definitely pretty much had the Rangers use the morphers. Here's what I don't understand. The morphers from the movie should have been used in the film. They did not need to step on some footprints or some crap and have them morph into Rangers. Like, come on, that was not how it was on the show. Everything that the director did, they missed so much from the original series. And if you ask all the Power Rangers fans that know about this franchise better than the new director, they would have made this film better. Put everything from the original series into the movie and made sure that it would have been better. It would have been awesome. But not everything has to be just like the series. The helmets, the costumes and everything. And I would have definitely fixed the Zords. Like the Mastodon. The Mastodon looks horrible. It looks more like a spider than a beetle than the Mastodon himself. The Saber-Tooth Tiger and the Pterodactyl, the T-Rex. The 4 Zords that should have been fixed. With the Triceratops, I'm gonna leave that alone. The only Zord that looks right is the Triceratops. And somebody should have hired an actor to voice Goddard. And Rita herself, they could have had her build her own moon base or Rita's Palace, everything from the Power Rangers movie were missing everything from the show. Goldar, Squat, and Bamboo, and Fister. Including some monsters. And the putties. Like, if they wanted to make Goldar CGI, they could have done it right. He looks like a full of gold, sand, and cheese. That's not what Goldar looked in the series. And I know it sounds like I'm getting into my nostalgia mode, but the fact of the matter is that this movie has missed so much from the original series. And if I was the director, I would have definitely made Jason a martial artist. Like, I did not like the fact that they made him into a football player. I'm sorry, but Jason and them made him play football in the original series and mid season one. Well, in mid season one, with the football episode. But the fact that you made Jason into the quarterback and the way that his explanation played off into the film was so uncalled for, and it did not make any sense. One prank that got him into trouble. He could have at least tried martial arts instead of just ending his football career. Hey, what's up, Snap Johnson? Yeah, man. I mean, the thing that really killed me about this whole Power Rangers movie is that nothing about this film made any sense whatsoever. I mean, like Mr. Weenie Production said, if the politics would have been in the way in the film, we would have had a good Power Rangers film. It would have been the #1 movie in the box office. We would have had 60, 70, 80, or 100% from Rotten Tomatoes. We would have had an Oscar-nominated movie. We would have made so much money in the box office. But it did in the first weeks. Too much politics and everything these days. Yes, it is, man. And it's really killing the business. Yeah, the NFL is the worst too. The whole kneeing thing is just, come on. Everybody had a right to do a kneel thing in the NFL. Because look at what's going on in this world. Everybody is getting killed left and right by police. Donald Trump is trying to get the NFL to fire all the players just because they did the kneeling thing, during the NFL protests. They had every right to do it because it's a freedom of speech. You know what I'm saying? Who is Donald Trump to think that the NFL should fire the players just because they're kneeling? Some of them were kneeling, some of them were not. They had a right to do that. America is dying because of what's going on. But you know what? I'm not going to go into politics mode. That's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about the Power Rangers and why I think politics is ruining every single franchise that has messing up with our childhood. And I would have definitely made the Power Rangers fight scenes in suits a little like 10 minutes long. I would have had them fight on the cliff, in the quarry, and onto the city. Then I would have had the Rangers fight Goldar in the Megazord mode, and I would have definitely pretty much, if he's down and out, I would have definitely pretty much, had them fight Goldar until the next time they meet him. Then I would have had Zonar congratulate the Rangers after they leave Angel Grove while the city is all messed up. Tell them that this is the beginning. They may have won the first round, but the next time they meet Rita and them, it's not going to be so pretty. That is exactly how I would have made the Power Rangers movie, more interesting. I would have made the Power Rangers more excellent. I would have made the film more enjoyable to watch if I were the new director. Dean Israelite is a terrible choice for a director. The way that he cut some certain scenes when it comes to the Rangers fighting the Putty Patrollers in morph mode, in costume. And I did not like the way he directed the film. We could have had the people from the Marvel Cinematic Universe made the Power Rangers. Or Saban would have contacted Marvel to, you know, just make the film good. Like, look how the Captain America Civil War film turned out. I would have definitely had them work on the Power Rangers movie and make sure that they're getting the money, that the fans are getting the money's worth when it comes to the film. And looking back at it now, I kind of, you know, defended this movie a lot of times when I made some rants about the fanboys and the idiotic people who complain about the movie not being like the original. And for some reason, after doing some research, I kind of realized that maybe they're right. This film could have done its best to pay tribute and stay true to the source material, but they didn't. Maybe for the sequel, if they would have pretty much fixed everything and not let the politics get in the way, then we would have been fine. And please, if you're going to cast Tommy Oliver, make him a guy. He was a guy from the series. Keep him guy forever. Just because the cast wanted Tommy Oliver as a girl does not mean that it should happen like that. It's not official. We have yet to hear from Saban and Lionsgate. So that is a few things that I'm willing to fix about the movie, as well as Mr. Weenie Productions video. And this is, by the way, my response to him himself. Mr. Weenie Productions, if you're watching this, man, this is a shout out to you, and this is my response to you also, to your video. You brought out some good points. Now, hope you enjoy mine. Now, with that being said, I'm gonna turn it over to y'all. If you were a director and you were hired to make a Power Rangers movie, how do you think this movie would have went? Let me know in the comments below. And until then, y'all, this is your boy WHX, and I'll see you later.